Welcome to Daily News in AI Agents, the place to get a quick roundup of the most exciting developments in AI agents every day. Subscribe to our LinkedIn newsletter today in the link below to stay activated.
Let's jump right in.
Okay.
With OpenAI, they're making some big moves with their updated O1 model.
Yeah.
The Decoder and Ars Technica both talk about this.
Yeah.
And it's available through their API now, which gives developers access to features like function calling and image analysis.
Right. And what's interesting about function calling is,
Yeah.
it could really change how we think about software development.
Okay.
Because imagine coding by just describing what you want the program to do.
Right. So instead of me sitting there and trying to code, I can be like, hey, AI, build me an app that does this.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Yeah. And it's not just about convenience. It's
Right.
people who may not have a lot of coding experience can now create their own software solution.
Right.
So it's really democratizing innovation in a way.
And then, we can't forget about OpenAI's Sora. Everybody's talking about the AI-generated video.
Yeah.
TechCrunch is reporting that while a Sora API isn't available yet,
Right.
OpenAI hasn't ruled it out for the future.
Right. So, think about it. You can generate realistic videos from just a text prompt.
Wow.
I mean, this could change everything from filmmaking to advertising to how we create personal content.
Right. And then, are we even going to be able to tell the difference between real
Yeah, that's the question.
footage and AI-generated video?
Right. As AI-generated content becomes more sophisticated,
Right.
we might need new tools to figure out,
Right.
what's real and what's not.
Okay, well, moving on from OpenAI, we've got Google DeepMind.
Yeah.
With their FactCTS grounding benchmark, which is designed to test AI's fact-checking abilities,
Yeah.
according to the Decoder.
Yeah, this is really important because,
Right.
we live in a world with so much misinformation.
Yeah.
And if we can have an AI that can instantly check the accuracy of a news article or a social media post,
Right.
that would be huge.
Yeah, that could be really, really valuable. But how do we ensure that these fact-checking AIs are
Right?
reliable and unbiased?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Transparency is key here.
Yeah.
We need to understand how these models are trained,
Right.
how they make decisions, and ensure they're not perpetuating any existing biases.
The Decoder mentions that Google's Gemini model is currently kind of leading the pack in this fact-checking domain.
Yeah.
What sets it apart?
Well, Gemini is really good at accessing and processing vast amounts of information.
Mm-hmm.
So it can cross-reference claims really quickly and identify inconsistencies.
Okay, so it's really
Yeah, it's using the power of big data to find the truth.
right. It's like sifting through all of the,
Yeah,
the noise to get
exactly.
to you.
To the signal.
Okay.
To the signal.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Speaking of big data, it seems like YouTube is giving creators more control over how their videos are used for AI training,
Yeah.
according to the Decoder.
This is a really important step
Okay.
because there are a lot of concerns about data ownership in the AI era.
Right.
And so YouTube is giving creators the choice of whether or not their content can be used to train these AI models.
So it's kind of recognizing the value of their
Yeah.
creative work and giving them more agency.
Exactly. And it also highlights the importance of having clear guidelines and regulations
Right.
for AI development,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to using copyrighted material.
Okay, so on a lighter note, it seems like AI is even making its way into the world of sports.
Oh, yeah.
The AI in Business podcast highlights how the PGA Tour is using AI to personalize sports experiences for fans, both during broadcasts and online.
That's right.
Yeah.
Imagine watching a golf tournament and the commentary adapts to your interests.
Oh, wow.
Maybe you want to hear more about a specific player
Right.
or get real-time stats on their performance.
That'd be cool.
AI can do that.
I would like that, actually, as a golf fan. I
Yeah.
would enjoy that.
And it's not just about commentary.
Mm,
AI can be used to generate personalized highlights,
right.
create interactive experiences for fans, and even help players analyze their performance
Wow.
and, improve their game.
So it can really revolutionize how we experience sports.
Exactly.
Speaking of revolutionizing things, Meta is making some strides with their Apollo models, according to the Decoder.
Yeah.
And they're designed to tackle a major AI challenge, which is true video understanding.
Right. And what's cool about Apollo is that it goes beyond just recognizing objects in a video.
Okay.
It actually tries to understand the context, the nuances, the meaning
Okay.
behind the actions and events.
So, like, instead of just seeing a person throwing a ball, it's
Right.
like, okay.
Yeah, it understands that it's a pitcher throwing a fastball to a batter
Wow.
in a baseball game.
That's really complex.
Yeah, and this has implications for everything,
Right.
content moderation, security systems,
Ugh.
self-driving cars that need to navigate the real world.
Wow, that's a lot of different applications.
It is.
Okay, well, with all of this advanced technology being developed, I imagine that access to it must be, like, super expensive.
Well, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
The Decoder reports that Nvidia has unveiled this new supercomputer
Right.
called the Jetson Orin Nano Super, and it's specifically designed for generative AI development.
Okay.
And the best part, it's really affordable and compact.
Oh, wow.
So it's not just big tech companies that can play in this space.
So it's making it more accessible for, like, smaller companies or...
Exactly, for developers, researchers, hobbyists.
Right.
It's really democratizing AI development.
So it's like the AI gold rush is on.
It is.
And speaking of gold rushes, Data Economy reports that Broadcom's market cap has hit $1 trillion, fueled in part by the booming AI sector.
Yeah, it's a really clear sign that investors are seeing the huge potential of AI.
Right.
I mean, $1 trillion, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of confidence in what
Yeah.
they're doing.
Right.
And it's not just the big players attracting investment.
Right.
Crunchbase News reports that Databricks, a data and AI company, raised $10 billion in 2024's largest venture funding deal.
Yeah, so there's a lot of money pouring into the AI sector,
Wow.
creating opportunities for both startups and established companies.
It's really clear that AI is advancing at an incredible pace and with, breakthroughs happening kind of all the time.
Yeah.
But are there any concerns about this rapid progress?
Well, there's some challenges that come with such a transformative technology, and we'll dive into those after a quick break.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Right.
We were just talking about some of the challenges that come with,
Yeah.
these advancements in AI.
Right.
So what are some of the key concerns for you?
Well, one thing that we need to think about is the impact on jobs.
Right.
Because as AI gets better at doing things,
Right.
it could automate tasks that humans are currently doing.
Yeah. And that makes a lot of people nervous.
Yeah, and understandably so.
Right.
So we need to figure out how we adapt to these changes.
Right.
And how we prepare for a future where AI is more involved in the workplace.
So it's kind of like figuring out how we can work with AI instead of
Exactly.
it replacing us.
Yeah. It's about using AI to enhance human capabilities,
Right.
not to replace humans altogether.
And things like retraining and upskilling will be really important.
Absolutely. Those are going to be key.
Yeah. Okay. It's also interesting to see how AI is impacting like the global landscape
Right.
of innovation.
Yeah.
Rest of World reports that China's AI elite are kind of rethinking their Silicon Valley dreams
Yeah.
because of U.S. immigration policies.
This is a big deal
Yeah.
because it could really affect the global AI race.
Right.
If top AI talent can't easily work in certain countries,
Right.
it could slow down innovation in those places.
So it's almost like it's not even about just the technology anymore. It's
Okay.
about who has the best talent.
Exactly. It's competition for talent.
Yeah.
And the countries that can create the best environment for these AI experts are going to have a big advantage.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, looking ahead, VentureBeat talks about Google's predictions for what will dominate the AI landscape in 2025.
Okay.
And they're betting on AI agents, multimodal AI, and enterprise search.
Okay, let's break those down. So AI agents are like super-powered digital assistants.
Okay.
Think about an AI that can manage your schedule, book appointments, even handle your email and social media.
Wow.
And it learns your preferences and anticipates your needs.
So basically, like, it does everything for me.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It frees up so much time and mental energy.
Yeah, I can see how that would be, like, really helpful in everyday life.
Absolutely.
What about multimodal AI?
So multimodal AI is about systems that can understand different types of information at the same time,
Okay.
like text, images, videos, audio.
So it's like how we process information.
Exactly. It's a more holistic understanding of the world.
So instead of just like reading an article or looking at a photo,
Yeah.
it can like connect those things.
Yeah, exactly. Like recognizing someone's face in a photo and then finding their social media profiles.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then what about enterprise search?
So enterprise search is all about making it easier to find information within companies. Imagine a search engine that can instantly find any document, email, or data point you need no matter where it is.
So I could just be like, hey, find me that thing from like 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
exactly. It could revolutionize productivity and decision-making.
Wow. Okay, well, all of this is really amazing, but
Yeah.
as AI gets more powerful and more integrated into our lives, we really need to think about the ethics of it all.
You're absolutely right. And New Scientist brings up a good point about the UK's proposed copyright regime,
Okay.
which has caused some debate about how copyright should apply to AI-generated content.
Okay.
The concern is that these new rules might favor AI companies over the actual creators.
Right.
And that raises questions about intellectual property rights in the age of AI.
Right, because it's like, who owns what when it's created by a machine?
Exactly. It's uncharted territory.
Right, and it seems like we need to find a way to balance, fostering this innovation
Right.
with protecting the people who are creating things.
Absolutely. We need to have some open and honest discussions about these challenges.
Right.
And work towards regulations that are fair for everyone.
So we've talked about the incredible advances in AI
Mm.
and the potential challenges and the ethical implications.
Mm.
And I'm curious, as we head into the final part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
what's kind of the one key takeaway you hope our listener walks away with?
I think the most important thing to remember is that AI isn't just something in the future.
Right.
It's happening now.
Right. It's already here.
It's already shaping our world in big ways. And the things we talked about today,
Right.
they have the potential to change industries, change how we work,
Right.
and change how we interact with the world.
Yeah, the big deal.
It is a big deal.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from like those big breakthroughs with OpenAI and Google to all money flowing into AI, and then those ethical questions that we have to think about. So as we wrap things up, what's the one thing you really want our listeners to take away from all of this?
Well, I think the main takeaway is that AI isn't just some far-off thing. It's already here. It's changing our world in big ways.
Yeah.
And the things we talked about today, they can reshape industries, change how we work, how we live, how we interact with everything around us. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it really is. It's not something that's just happening in some lab somewhere. It's part of our lives now.
Mm.
So as we finish up our deep dive, what are some questions that our listeners should be thinking about as they learn more about AI?
That's a good question. I guess a big one is, how do you see AI impacting your own life, both personally and professionally?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what opportunities does it open up for you? What challenges does it bring?
That's a great question. And as AI keeps getting smarter, we need to think about our role in shaping its development too. Like, what can we do to make sure AI is used responsibly and ethically? How do we make sure we're innovating but also protecting human values and making sure AI benefits everyone?
Those are really important questions, and there's no easy answer. The future of AI is something we're all creating together. Our choices, our values, our actions, they all determine how this technology will evolve. It's exciting to be at the forefront of all this, but it's also a big responsibility.
Absolutely. It's a time of huge potential, but we have to be careful too.
Mm.
As we move forward, let's try to use AI for good. Let's encourage innovation, but always remember to be ethical and make sure AI helps all of humanity.
Well said. I think this deep dive has given everyone a good starting point to explore this amazing field. It's constantly changing, and there's always something new to discover. So stay curious, keep learning, and let's all work together to shape the future of AI.
Thanks for joining us on this AI adventure. Until next time, keep those AI insights flowing.